Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ask a Property Manager. My name is Eric Worrell with RentPrep.com, and I am here with Andrew Schultz of Realty Edge, an associate broker. How you doing today, Andrew?
Doing very well. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a good Thanksgiving. How about yourself?
You know, it wasn't bad. I ate way too much food, like I always do.
Sure.
Way too much food. But it was good. It was nice to sit and relax and have some turkey.
It'd be un-American if you did.
It really would, yeah.
Well, all Thanksgiving aside, we got a great question that you picked out of the Rent Prep for Landlords Facebook group today. I am not going to say her name. I think it's a woman who, her name is NTXAWM. So I feel like it'll just be offensive if I try to say it. So,
Sure.
But great question that she presented here. And it says, how do you obtain inherited tenant info when previous landlords did not provide that? So I'm assuming this person got a rental property, just bought it, and there's no information on the current tenants, and they can't get a hold of that previous landlord. So what do you do in this situation when you got new tenants and you got to kind of get them adopted to your systems?
Sure. There's a few things that you can do. Go back and look at your purchase contract, because you'll probably find that there's, at least here in the Buffalo region, and I would assume it's pretty much a standard addendum. On a rental property, you get like a rental property rider, which will at least give you the name and the rent and the basics of the lease info and stuff like that. And it's all on one sheet. So that gives you a little bit of info to go off of. Assuming that's not accurate or you don't have one, generally what we do is we go out to the property. We have a one-page change of management notice that we print out. And it basically explains, you know, the ownership of the property has changed. The new owner has chosen Realty Edge as the property management company. You'll be dealing with us from this point forward. Please contact our office at phone number. Here's the instructions on how to pay your rent. You know, contact us today, blah, blah, blah. Pretty straightforward one pager. We go out, we'll knock on the doors of the building. Mm-hmm. If we can get a hold of people, perfect. We'll leave them the notice, and then we have another one-page sheet called a new tenant form.
Okay.
And basically they're very basic info. You know, names of everybody living there, phone number, do you pay gas and electric? We like to ask them how much their rent is, and if their rent is current. We ask them, excuse me, how they pay their rent, whether it's cash, check, money order, Section 8, Department of Social Services assistance. We ask if they have any pets. That's always a big one, because you want to know if you're inheriting pets with the property. We ask if they have any maintenance issues, just to kind of jump on that. Trying to think if there's anything else on there. It's a basic form, but it covers a lot of the questions that you're going to have right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And then we'll try to compare that paperwork to any lease documents that we have to see what verifies, what doesn't. I don't typically rescreen a tenant that's already in place at a property. Usually if we're having an issue, it's not worth my money to rescreen them. I'm just going to move forward with an eviction. Yeah. You will find that when you take over a new property, a lot of times you're going to wind up, you know, with a new guard comes a new set of rules and a new set of circumstances, and some people don't want to play by your rules because they were either comfortable with or taking advantage of the previous owners. Mm-hmm. So they don't want the change. They don't want things to go against them.
Sure.
So a lot of times you'll have some tenants that you'll almost immediately start to have conflict with. You're better off, for the sake of your sanity and the sake of the property, just get them out of there and move on. Put a new tenant in and move forward.
Okay, cool. Yeah, is there anything that you try to do beforehand? And I feel like you may have mentioned this on a previous episode where you said that if you are looking at a property to purchase, that you may actually try and talk to the tenants too before you even go to the purchase. So you try to get to know them before it.
So sometimes, I mean, it depends on the property. If it's a 2-unit, it's a lot different set of circumstances than if it's a 20-unit or something like that. But typically what we'll try to do, excuse me, typically what we'll try to do is get a good feel for, as we're walking through the units, doing our inspection before we put together a purchase contract. Mm-hmm. If the tenant's home, I like to ask the tenant, you know, how long have you lived here? Do you have any maintenance concerns? Stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Some tenants are good about responding to that. Some tenants won't tell you anything. Yeah. So it's, you know, whatever information that you can garner from the tenant is just more, you know, more fuel for you. So
yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that's really helpful. Maybe if you're willing, you give me a copy of the one pagers that you use. We could share that with the group and maybe put it in the comments. Yeah, that could be real helpful for people. So appreciate your expertise on this question. And I think it's a great question because I do see it pop up in the Facebook group from time to time in different formats. And I think it'll be real helpful for people. And hopefully our poster here gets some good resource from it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.